before starting the implementation journey, before starting the practical journey and the projects and all those things, just quickly, just one second, just quickly before starting off with today's session, I would request all of you, whosoever can do it, just turn on your videos. Okay, just turn on your video cameras. We would have the participants in front of us, and we would see all of you, and we would be also we would be posting these things onto the social media, as well as we would be giving these particular things to your college people as well, that these are the action takers, these are the serious people who are going step by step and who are learning with every possibilities and every possible stuff. All right, so just turn on your cameras. I'll quickly take a picture and we will be good to go. Bharat sir, ask the students stop for a few minutes so that they can. Okay, and Bharat sir is saying that the people who have joined from the RVP specifically, just turn on your cameras. Wow, that is supremely amazing. All right, I'll just take a photo. Wow, wonderful. A lot of people, a lot of enthusiastic people are there, and it shows that your intent. Hi Vishnu, hi Ayushi, hi Goody, Ajay Singh, Neha Singh, Tanu Vedi. Wow, just show your excitement. Just show some thumbs up with a smile or anything you would like to do. It would be really amazing. Wow, Goody, you looks perfectly fine, brother. Amazing. All right, so let's get started to have a bang on with the practical implementation and everything. What can be the best possible stuff for you? So, how many of you are excited to welcome your Mr. Lokesh sir with us? And we'll just have a super amazing content from him. How many of you are excited to have Lokesh ji live on call? Just type in the chat box live. Wow, Denos, you are amazing. Reynolds, from where are you? From where have you joined? Which country you have joined? And even Goody, from which part you have joined? Wow, wow. Ajay Singh is also there. Bharat sir is also there. Hi, Bharat sir. All right, perfect. So let's get started. I'll hand over this thing to Lokesh sir. Oh, you are from Africa. Wow, amazing. Oh, you are from Kenya. How's I hope everything is fine and perfect there, and you guys are safe, your families are safe, and all are just enjoying your lives. Perfect. So, Lokesh, I'm giving you the access, and I'm making you the host. Yes, done from my side. All over to you, Lokesh. And people are
Thanks,
excited
Saurabh.
to have you live.
Thanks, Saurabh. Let me
All
share my
right.
screen. Thank you. Hope you all can hear me loud and clear, guys. Just give me a go in the chat box.
Few people are still privately messaging people. If you have some queries, if you have certain things, you can change the chat settings to everyone so that your messages would be visible to Lokesh sir as well as other members as well. Sir, are you Saurav sir? Okay. Yes, I am the Saurav sir. Okay. And we are into the fifth training or the sixth day of the training. You are not aware. It means that you have missed the previous sessions or the previous trainings. All right. So let's enjoy. Let's go ahead with the session, with the schedule, and let's enjoy today. Perfect. All over to Lokesh.
Okay. Thanks, Saurabh. Great. Thank you, everyone. I can see all of you can hear me loud and clear. And welcome to our day 6 program of data science using Python, data science and machine learning using Python. In our previous classes, we have covered good number of topics. And in our last session, we have discussed multiple linear regression. In our today's session, we'll pick classification problem, and the algorithm which we'll learn here is logistic regression. But before that, let me share with you the projects which you have to close, because in our last session, I have shared with you all housing price prediction data set, how you have to download that data set from sklearn. Remember Boston housing pricing data set using multiple linear regression, work on your independent variable and predict your dependent variable. This was our last discussion. In our this session, I will pick insurance data set, where I will not work on this model. I will use some different data, but you have to work on insurance data. By end of this session, end of today also, you will get the today's recording and also the data set of insurance, credit card fraud detection, and telecom churn prediction. These three data set you will get along with this today's recording. What you have to do, you can fit your logistic regression model, which we'll discuss in our today's session, for these three model. Okay, and for this one, we have already discussed multiple linear regression. And for Instacart, for this one, we'll create recommendation engine using a priori algorithm. Okay, like for an example, when you purchase something from Amazon, Amazon also recommend you some of the product which are associated with that product. So this is that case study. Telecom churning means customers are leaving us. This one part you can solve using, this part too you can solve using logistic regression. And credit card fraud detection also using logistic regression using solve. So this is just a small discussion about project which we'll cover one by one. Okay, now let's start with the understanding of algorithm on which we have to work in our today's session. And that comes under classification problem, guys. The previous algorithm which we have discussed was multiple linear regression. Anyone can share with me equation of multiple linear regression? Any input? Rajwinder, Nisha, Poonam. What was the multiple linear regression equation? Y equal to B0 plus B1 X1 plus B1 Bn Xn. Great. Great. Now, this time the Y which we want to predict have discrete values. It's not a continuous variable like sales. Sales was our continuous variables, and we had values like sales could be 100 or 100.11 or 100.12, 100.13. It's a continuous variable. But this time our Y which we want to predict is discrete values. Example like users will purchase our insurance or not. This is what I want to predict. If you take reference from these two graphs here linear regression, we said, okay, how much is the purchase amount? But using the same example, we have described this. What we want to predict, 0 and 1. Discrete values we want to predict. 0 means, okay, he will not purchase our product or services or insurance or our vehicle. 1 means he will purchase our insurance. So you have one important thing, 2 discrete values. When you have 2 discrete values, those kind of problems, we call them binary classification problem. So just take reference from these examples which we have under classification. predicting if a given credit card transaction is a fraud or not. So you have one transaction and you want to predict, well, true or false, well, this transaction is fraud or not, comes under classification. You are not predicting sales or profit or quantity, your continuous value. You are predicting classes. You are keeping your values in classes. And when you have two outcomes, true or false, comes under binary classification. When you have multiple outcomes, like, okay, we have an order from customer and I want to predict, well, that order would be first class delivery, second class delivery, or standard class delivery. This comes under multiple classification. Some of the other example, we have already discussed this one also. Customer will buy life insurance or not. So output is true or false. Well, he will buy or not. Our email which we have received is a spam email or not? Yes or no. Predicting if a customer will default a loan. True or false. Okay, so give me a go in the chat box, guys, if this is clear with everyone. What we do in logistic regression. In logistic regression, we have a classification problem. Our y variable is a discrete variable which we want to predict. And in our multiple linear regression, our y variable was continuous variable. Okay, all right, that's fine. Now here, as you can see in this model, we have 0 stands for customer will not purchase, 1 stands for customer will purchase, and we have fitted linear regression. This line is y equals to b0 plus b1 x1, which we have covered in a simple linear regression. And we have an age of customer. So as we have a data in which we have an age of customers and we want to predict, well, customer will purchase our insurance or not. So suppose this point is age of customer is 45. Suppose this point is 45. So we can see all the customers who are after means whose age is greater than 45. You can see the purchase status is true in this case. But linear regression equation is the best fit line? No. For the cases of classification, binary classification, we use logistic regression instead of a linear regression. What will happen in linear regression if you have an outlier here? If you have an outlier in this data set, let's say you have one customer whose age is good age, and you have that data point somewhere here. In that case, your best fit line will come something like this, which is not the right example. Okay, so when you have a discrete variable which you want to predict, so instead of linear regression, we perform logistic regression, and the equation which we use is we apply sigmoid function here. So job of sigmoid function is to convert your line into this S-shaped line, which becomes a best fit line. Okay, and this talks about probability. You can see this point is this form this cut because this is 0, this is 1, and you can see my one straight line which is 50%. Okay, this point is 50%. So you can see all the customers whose ages is greater than this, we have predicted true. We can predict true that they have purchased our insurance. Ram Singh, if you check this case, if I talk about these customers, their age is good and they have also purchased our insurance. But linear regression will predict this as false. But in this case, you can see sigmoid function will take care of most of them. Sigmoid function works on the basis of probability. You can consider 0 and 1. Give me just 1 second here. This is your 0.5. So if I talk about this customer, let's say his age is 30. So you can see cutoff is coming somewhere here, which means 50% chances are if customer age is greater than 30, they will buy the insurance. So all the customers, those who are more than 30 years, whose age is more than 30 years, their chances is 50%, which is very good. But if I talk about this point, let's say this is 30, this is 40. where this will cut your best fit line. This will cut somewhere here. And this is 1, this is 0.5. So you can assume that this is close to 0.85 or 9, like this. So probability is 85%, more than 85%, that these customers will buy your insurance. And this is your historical data, and based on that you are fitting your model. So when you have discrete values, we use sigmoid function to create the best fit line instead of regression line. Make sense? Make sense online, guys? And this entire is the game of probability. Okay, so you can see here probability is very less. It's just, you can assume this is 0.1, 10%, and this is point wherever this cut, let's say this is 20, age of 20 year. So probability is again very less. Okay, so input again, I'm repeating this statement so many times, but let me repeat it again. If you have a problem where you want to classify your dependent variable, you want to keep your dependent variable in classes. Like I want to keep my dependent variable in classes like 0 and 1. 0 means he will not purchase, 1 means he will purchase. We perform that comes under classification problems, and first classification problem which we are discussing here is logistic regression. Linear regression will not solve our problem here. This is not a best fit line. If you have one more outlier here, your y equal to b naught plus bx, b1 x1 will give you your best fit line, something like this. So in this case, these are false prediction now, which is not the true case. Okay. And what happen if you have a customer whose age is very high? We are picking age example. You can pick any example here. My x variable is age, but you can pick any. So in that case, this will cut somewhere here, and you can see this will go beyond the linear regression line, which is again a challenge, right? So what we did, using this function, we have created S-shaped line, and we call, in the case of logistic regression, this one as a best fit line. We have discussed about the theory of logistic regression here right now. हमने logistic regression की theory को पढ़ा यहाँ पर कि ओके, क्लासिफिकेशन की प्रॉब्लम है, हमें प्रेडिक्ट करना है कस्टमर डिफॉल्ट करेगा या नहीं करेगा, हमें प्रेडिक्ट करना है कस्टमर इंश्योरेंस परचेज करेगा या नहीं करेगा, राइट? हमें प्रेडिक्ट करना है कस्टमर विल परचेज आर दिस व्हीकल और नॉट, ट्रू और फॉल्स आपको प्रेडिक्ट करने लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन के अंदर आ जाएंगे. नाउ लेट्स कवर हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट दिस. This is very important to understand. Okay, so let's go in our data now, and let me open Anaconda. I've already opened my Jupyter notebook. So what I do, let me open new Python notebook here, and we'll write this code together. I have already shared with you step in our last 2 sessions. Okay, this is our day 6, and the data set which I want to load in this is this data set, guys, where you can see we have features age and salary. On the basis of that, we want to predict customer will purchase our services or not. This is what we want to predict. Okay, so how many independent variable we have here? I want to predict customer will purchase our services or not on the basis of age and salary. Great. We have 2 independent variable. I want to use age, and also I want to use salary to predict the purchase power. You can pick this example also as of insurance, and for insurance I will share the separate data set also with you all. So you can pick here that okay, we have salary, person's salary and their ages, and on the basis of that, 0 means okay, he has not purchased the services because this is historical data. 1 means he has purchased the services. Okay, and this is what we want to use in our data. So let's quickly go in our Jupyter notebook. And what is the first step, guys? Whenever we start work on data, a model in Python, what is the first step? Import library. Perfect. So let's quickly convert this into markdown mode and let's quickly import essential libraries. Import libraries. Okay, and which all libraries we want to import? Import NumPy as NP, import pandas as PD, import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Okay, so we know that matplotlib is for visualization, pandas is for manipulation, and NumPy is to work on numerical pythons. Next step is, let's click run on this, and you can see this time I want to load dataset and define x and y, and you know that x are independent variable and y are dependent variable, correct? So let's run this and load here. The dataset which I want to load is ads_dataset.csv file, which is in my directory, main directory. So let me go here and okay, this one. Let me just copy the name because I don't want to pass typo here. And my data frame is df. You can give any name to your data frame. If I want to read CSV file, what is the code, guys? What is the syntax to read your CSV file? Yes, Hardeep, great catch. We missed a magic line here. Perfect. pd.read CSV and then your file name in single quotes, and this will read your file. And let me write here percentage matplotlib till line. This is the magic line. Perfect. We have to execute this also. PD, which is pandas package, and we use to store data, manipulate data in two-dimensional data structure, and that two-dimensional data structure here is DF. PD हमारा pandas का data frame है. यहाँ पर हमने two-dimensional data structure बना दिया, and we are loading data in this. Read CSV file. What is the next step, guys? Once we load data, define x and y. Perfect. What is x here? Your independent variable. What is y here? Your dependent variable which you want to predict. If you check your data, if I print my df.head, oh, I missed to pass CSV here, .csv extension, and you can see these are independent variable on the basis of which we want to predict this dependent variable. So we are showing top 5 rows using head function here, right, on this data frame. So my x are age and salary. Now which method we use to take the subset from our actual data frame? I want to keep some rows and records. Perfect, Shefali. .ilog method. So our x is here, df.ilog, all the rows I want to capture. And if I go by indexing now here, अगर हम indexing से जाते हैं, this is 0th column, this is first column, this is second column. What indexing will use here? No, Raghav, if I mention 0, 1, 2, this will hold purchase, and purchase I want to hold in my y. This is x, I want to hold age and salary. So perfect, Shefali. All the start from very first column and then skip -1. You remember that when we use slicing here, when we use slicing, program will exclude your last parameter value. So which is -1, program will exclude this. That means program will exclude this part. You can mention this as 2 also instead of -1. Perfect, Hemant. And this is dot values. Okay, so this is how in X we are storing these values, age and salary. And in Y, what I will write here in Y, guys, df.ilog, then all the rows and column indexing. Perfect, Raghav, -1 dot values. Okay, if you want to see your X and Y, let's print X. Click run button, and you can see your X values we have stored in our X. And similarly, if you want to see Y, let me remove X from Y and then click run button, and you can see all our zeros and 1 we have stored in Y. Now, as we have loaded data in data frame, हमने data frame में data को load कर लिया. We have defined our x and y. What is the next step? I want to create machine learning model. I want to fit my logistic regression. But what is the next step? Perfect. Perfect. Divide your data into training and test set. So splitting data. Let's quickly write here. Splitting data into training and test. We want to create a machine learning model. We want to train our machine. So what we do, we train our machine using training data set. And then we check our model on test data set so that we can check the prediction accuracy, right? This is what we have covered in our previous two algorithms also. So now here we will split our data into training and test. Perfect. So now for this, which library I will use here? From sklearn, right? From this library, I will load module, which is model selection, and I will import class. What is the class name, guys? Train, test, and split. So from this module, we have loaded train, test, and split class. And now we'll create the object of train, test, and split class. And the objects which I want to keep, because we have X and Y. So we want to create X train and X test, Y train and Y test. So for this, X train, comma, X test, Y train, comma, Y test. Okay. So this is how I want to split my X and Y into two parts. And the function which I will use here is train, test, and split. Now in train, test, and split, you have to define how many percent of records, kitne percent of record you want to keep in your training set. Okay, actuals are my X and Y, and split I want to do on test 20%. 20% test में रखते हैं, 80% training में रखते हैं. Okay, so there is no perfect statement, Nidhi, that you have to check your data size. If you have a huge data, you can go with 0.1 also. In your test, you can keep 0.1 or 0.055%, 10%. But ideal, which we use in our model, is 80-20. And then random state, randomly we want to pick, we don't want to be biased, is 0. So here, using this class, we'll split our data into training and test. Let's click on this run button. And we have successfully performed splitting. If you want to test this, you can write here print X train dot, no point to print it, but let me just show you. Okay, you can see the values, which are not all the values. These are just 80% of your data set. Okay, this splitting is done. Now what is the next step, guys? After splitting, fitting in our model. Perfect. So next step is training the logistic regression model on training set. Okay, we'll fit logistic regression model. But before that, I will cover one new thing here, which we have not covered in our linear regression example. And reason behind this is because that thing is not required in linear regression examples. Okay, and that thing is standardization, feature scaling. So what I do here, I am inserting one more step here, guys, which is just 1 second. Okay. Feature scaling, or you can call this standardization also. What we do in feature scaling, these are features. Independent variables are your features. We fit our features in one scale. You can see there is a huge difference in the range of your age and salary. You can see there is a huge difference between the difference in the range of your age and salary. So using standardization approach in data pre-processing, before fitting in your model, we keep them in specific range. When you keep them in specific range, your models works faster. Make sense, guys? Your model will work faster. I will convert this into one specific range in one scale. All the features means independent variables. Okay, and for this again from sklearn dot pre-processing is the module which you have to learn here, will import standard scaler. Standard scaler will perform standardization. In feature scaling, we use two techniques. One is standardization, second is normalization. Standardization, we works on every data, and standardization normalize your data. Okay, so I will use here standardization approach. If you ask me about the function of standardization, you can also Google about it, and or you can take reference from our libraries or values as well. But let me just mention it here. Standardize. When we standardize, we convert our values x minus mean of x divided by, this is my numerator entire, and then divided by standard deviation, SD. Standard deviation is your variance from mean. So when we standardize our features, which is your independent variable, these two variables, program will convert them into specific range in one range so that we can easily compute them, and our models will work faster. And very important to standardize also. Okay, so here now let me create SC as my one object, and using this class which is scalar, not this. We have a typo here, and standard scalar is my function which I will use here. Now what we want to do, we want to convert our xtrain and xtest because we want to work on features. So xtrain is my one feature which I want to sc.fit transform is the method which I will use here. Okay, and xtext is also sc.fit transform xtest. Now let's click on run button because this will convert, and we have an alert here, and that is data conversion warning. And okay, so this is saying that you have not converted your data into floating, because when we are standardizing this, this is converting your data into float. Float means decimal. So we can use here s-type function and we can convert this into float. But s-type function and we can convert this into float. Let's click on run button, no warning. And we have successfully standardized these values using this approach, using this function. If you want to test the values now, print xtrain your. Okay, so instead of your actual values, see what you will get now. And you can see you have values in one scale. Okay, sure, Bharat sir. Okay, guys, हमने क्या किया यहाँ पर, ये एक नया step we have covered in this model, which is feature scaling. Features independent variable होते हैं आपके, हम independent variable को features भी बोलते हैं. And what we do, if you find that in your model, आप देखते हो कि आपके मॉडल में जो features है independent variable है, वो एक different range में लाई कर रहे हैं, बहुत ही high range में लाई कर रहे हैं. And when I model work on these in fitting, that model will take so much time. So we standardize our independent variable. हम अपने independent variable को standardize करते हैं. And standardize करने के लिए this is the equation which we use. अब Python है तो built-in function है हमारे पास, हमने सीधा built-in class को use करा, उसके function को call करा और SC को fit करके transform कर दिया हमारे xtrain और xtest को. अब जैसे हमने xtrain और xtest को standardize किया, आपका output देखो क्या आया, वो एक specific range में आया. तो दोनों values एक specific range में आ गई हैं, जिससे कैलकुलेशंस फास्टर काम करेंगे हमारे मॉडल के ऊपर. अब हमने, यू कैन आस्क मी दिस क्वेश्चन कि ये हमने लीनियर रिग्रेशन में क्यों नहीं यूज किया था? बिकॉज लीनियर रिग्रेशन में क्या होता है, आपके पास y इक्वल टू बी नॉट प्लस b1 x1. So x1 जो आपका इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है, इफ दिस वेरिएबल इज इन हाई रेंज, स्टिल आपके पास स्लोप है, कोफिशिएंट है, जिससे मल्टीप्लिकेशन होकर ये वैल्यू एक स्पेसिफिक रेंज में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है. So that's why in linear regression we don't use feature scaling. Correct. So that's why we have ignored it here. Okay. Now, as we have applied the feature scaling on our independent variable, yes. So as I have mentioned, extend, we have two columns here. So this is performed on the two columns. When you are working and you have multiple columns in your x, अगर आपके पास इंडिपेंडेंट मल्टीपल वेरिएबल है, मेरे पास एज भी है, सैलरी भी है, मेरे पास लोकेशन भी है, कस्टमर बिलोंग्स टू विच लोकेशन, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट मैं प्रेडिक्ट करना चाहता हूं कि वो इंश्योरेंस परचेज करेगा या नहीं करेगा. So in that case, obviously, this will fit or transform will transform your every variable. Okay, and obviously you have to understand that is not a categorical variable. अगर categorical variable है तो हमने अपने multiple linear regression में dummy variable के concept को पढ़ा है कि कैसे हम split करते हैं 0 और 1 में. Okay, so this is one thing we have covered here, feature scaling. Let's go to now fitting in our model. Okay, आपने x की actual values को standardize कर लिया है standardization technique को use करके. Now let's fit, and for this also इसके लिए भी हम सेम लाइब्रेरी यूज करेंगे sklearn, और सेम ही मॉडल यूज करेंगे, मॉड्यूल यूज करेंगे, विच इज योर लीनियर मॉड्यूल. बट जो क्लास हम इंपोर्ट करेंगे इस बार हम लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन करेंगे, बिकॉज इन लास्ट क्लास वी हैव लोडेड, इन डे 4 सेशन वी हैव लोडेड लीनियर रिग्रेशन. करेक्ट राहुल. And as this is also very important to understand, check your independent variable first. If that has a high range, okay, so you should standardize it. In industry, yes, we standardize that because our models are big models and that takes so much time. Models काफी बड़े होते हैं, computations में काफी time लेते हैं, तो हम उनको पहले standardize करते हैं, calculations fast हो जाती हैं, and after standardize करने के बाद हम उनको actual values में भी convert करते हैं. How we do that we'll cover now. But guys, same module हमने use किया है linear regression यहाँ पर, we have used the same module here, and the class is logistic regression instead of linear regression because obviously we want to perform logistic regression. Okay, now let's create one model here. You can give any name to your model. We have already covered. कुछ भी नाम दे सकते हो आप अपने model को. It's up to you what name you want to give to your model. ठीक है. And my class is logistic regression, and then we have to pass few parameters here, and the parameter 1 is which solver you want to use. There are multiple solver, okay, to fit this model, and the one I want to use is linear, and random state is equals to 0. Okay, so these two things you have to learn. Now the job of this function is to apply that sigmoid function. राइट, मॉडल पे काम करना है, आपकी सिग्मॉइड फंक्शन को अप्लाई करके आपकी बेस्ट फिट लाइन को बनाना है. ये हमने लीनियर रिग्रेशन में भी पढ़ा था जब हमने लीनियर रिग्रेशन की क्लास को यूज किया था और लीनियर रिग्रेशन के फंक्शन को यूज करके ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया था. यहाँ पर हम एक और ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं जिसका नाम मॉडल है. अब क्या करना है, जब ऑब्जेक्ट बन चुका है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस बेस्ट फिट लाइन, उसको फिट करते हैं मॉडल डॉट फिट. किस पे फिट करना है, हमारे ट्रेनिंग सेट पे x dot train and y dot train will fit this model on x and y. Solver are the technique in logistic regression which we are creating using here to create logistic best fit line. This is default. If you ignore it, there is no challenge in that because by default program will use the same solver technique. Okay. And this is just alert here, which program has shared with you because I have not passed solver parameter here. देखो, डिफॉल्ट सॉल्वर वो पास करता है लिब लीनियर जो हमने डिस्कस किया था. And you can see we have so many parameters here in logistic regression. अगर आप पास नहीं करोगे तो this doesn't mean this is error. This is just a alert. This is just a warning that okay we have used now the default solver. If you want to skip this warning, you can use error handling in Python, or you can pass your solver name that forcefully define that okay no need to give me alert. I know that which solver technique I want to use here to create my logistic regression best fit line. हमने मॉडल को फिट कर दिया यूजिंग एक्सट्रेन एंड वाई ट्रेन. मॉडल फिट हो चुका है. प्रिडिक्ट व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग? प्रिडिक्शन. करेक्ट. एंड इफ यू चेक योर वैल्यूज हियर राइट नाउ, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस वैल्यू, कस्टमर की एज इज 58 एंड हिज सैलरी इज दिस मच, 144,000. Now similarly I want to pass, and as we have trained our model, हमने मॉडल को ट्रेन कर लिया है, I want to see कि prediction क्या आ रहा है. Correct. This is also very important. So यहाँ पे लेते हैं predicting new values. And कैसे predict करना है हमें नई values को? हम यूज करते हैं model dot predict. फिट का जॉब था, फिट मेथड का जॉब था इस ऑब्जेक्ट में एक्सट्रेन और वाई ट्रेन को फिट करना, जो मेरा मॉडल ऑलरेडी ट्रेंड है, जो मेरा लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन का मॉडल है. प्रिडिक्ट मेथड विल प्रिडिक्ट द वैल्यूज. ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू पास योर वैल्यूज हियर. आपको यहाँ पर एज और क्या पास करना पड़ेगा? सैलरी. राइट. सो एक्चुअल वैल्यू को देखते हैं. देखो एक्चुअल वैल्यू पे क्या चल रहा है. एक्चुअल वैल्यू पे 58 और 1440000 पे if I can check from here as well. If I print x and y, let's see what program returns and we'll check with the actual also. देख लेते हैं. पहले वैल्यूज को पास करते हैं. जो वैल्यूज हमें पास करनी है वो 2 डायमेंशंस पास करनी है, रोज एंड कॉलम्स में. सो जब वैल्यूज को आप 2 डायमेंशंस में पास करते हो, रोज और कॉलम्स में, सो यू हैव टू पास 2 स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स. ठीक है. एंड लेट्स से कस्टमर की एज है 30 और लेट्स से कस्टमर की एज है 45 और उसकी सैलरी है सपोज 70,000. Now on the basis of this I want to do prediction. Okay. So challenge here is right now we have standardized our model. आपके इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल जो है वो स्टैंडर्डाइज है. So we should convert them into actual also, ताकि वो 30, 45 और 70 को रीड कर पाए properly. So what we have to do, we have to sc.transform. sc.transform will transform your independent variable जिसको हमने स्टैंडर्डाइज किया था into actual, and we are feeding the actual values. Because if you feed these values in your as your independent variable or as per the existing scale, ये values तो बहुत हाई है. करेक्ट. तो ऑब्वियसली आपको उनको दोबारा कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा into your actual values. So SC, which is our object which we have created, transform will convert these values into actual values, and then on the basis of this I want to predict when customer will purchase this insurance or not. आपके पास नया कस्टमर आया है जिसकी एज 45 है और सैलरी 70,000 है. Click on run button and we have unexpected warning is due to parenthesis. Yes, we missed to close one braces here. हमने कम braces को पास किया था and you can see this is predicted 1. So 1 means guys zero and 1. What does this one? True. True. So this is true case here. Correct. Shefali, but it's good to transform this. It's always, this is our job as a data scientist. जब भी हम values को standardize करते हैं, हम उनको actual values में convert करते हैं, transform करते हैं. We can compare it because we have performed this model on X-train and Y-train. हमने X-train और Y-train पे इस मॉडल को फिट किया है, तो X टेस्ट के साथ कंपेयर कर लेते हैं कि क्या आउटपुट आ रहा है. एंड फॉर दिस व्हाट वी डू, यहाँ पर हम एक Y प्रेडिक्टिव प्रेडिक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है. एंड दिस इज मॉडल इज आवर ऑब्जेक्ट. यू नो दैट आपने एक मॉडल ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया है जिसको ट्रेन किया लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन से, और उस मॉडल में अब हम प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं किसके बेसिस पे, X टेस्ट के बेसिस पे. बिकॉज ट्रेन से तो हमने इसको ट्रेन किया. अब मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि Y प्रेडिक्ट में क्या वैल्यूज आ रही है, क्योंकि Y टेस्ट में तो हमारी एक्चुअल वैल्यूज है. जब हमने 80-20 पे स्प्लिट किया था तो Y टेस्ट में हमारे Y टेस्ट की वैल्यूज हैं. अब Y प्रेडिक्ट में मैं X टेस्ट की वैल्यूज को देख के देखते हैं कि प्रेडिक्टेड वैल्यूज क्या आ रही हैं और उनको चेक करेंगे, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पर लेट्स गो हियर एंड प्रिंट Y टेस्ट, प्रिंट करो Y प्रेडिक्ट. ओके, Y टेस्ट क्या है, आपकी एक्चुअल वैल्यूज है Y की जो 20% वाले मॉडल में, और Y प्रेडिक्टेड क्या है जो आप प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हो मॉडल से X टेस्ट का यूज करके यूजिंग योर मॉडल. सो लेट्स कंपेयर देम, ये क्या वैल्यूज आती हैं. क्लिक ऑन रन बटन एंड यू कैन सी हियर, एंड इफ यू कंपेयर दिस वैल्यू, सी ऑलमोस्ट ये देखो ये सारे केसेस क्या है. in actual scenario these are false cases and here also these are false cases, but this is one, this is true case, this is 0-0 matching, but here देखो यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा प्रेडिक्शन गलत हुआ है. and it's obviously it's not that whenever you create model तो आपका मॉडल 100% accurate होगा, but यहाँ पर what this has predicted, हमारा प्रेडिक्शन ने क्या बोला है कि for that particular value of your X test customer will purchase this, but actual क्या है नहीं किया है. Right, so you can see this was false, and but most of the cases में आप क्या find कर रहे हो, यहाँ पर एक और false case हमारे पास आ गया है. Right, you can see the values. Whenever you have classification problem ना, the best visual to represent this is confusion matrix. अगर आपको accuracy read करनी है अपने classification problems की, binary classification which is very good, और multiple हो तो भी confusion matrix को हम बनाते हैं. Confusion matrix in one glance help us to understand. एक बारी देखने में ही आपको पता चल जाएगा कि how many true cases you have and false cases you have. कितने true और कितने false के cases हैं. और हम accuracy भी चेक कर लेंगे कि कितने % हमारा मॉडल accurate है, ठीक है ना. And for this what we do, from sklearn dot matrices import confusion matrix and accuracy score भी. I want to return 2 values. तो पहले confusion matrix को बनाते हैं. हमने ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया using confusion matrix class. क्या चाहिए, Y test जो आपका एक्चुअल है, this Y test is your actual, और Y प्रेडिक्ट जो आपने प्रेडिक्ट किया है, Y प्रेडिक्ट. ओके, लेट्स प्रिंट आपकी कंफ्यूजन मैट्रिक्स को. रन. सो ये क्या कह रहा है, 52-19. सो बेटर इफ आई यूज Seaborn लाइब्रेरी हियर. मैं इसको विजुलाइज करता हूँ. इंपोर्ट Seaborn as sn dot heat map chart. heat map chart हम यहाँ पे बना रहे हैं which help us to understand through color variation, right. cm and we want to show data label, so anode equals to true. let me remove let me keep this print also here. दोनों को आने दो, ठीक है. So what we are doing here, we are creating one confusion matrix. Confusion matrix will help us to understand in classification problem कि accuracy क्या है. Let's click on run button and you can see here. देखो ये क्या कह रहा है, ये कह रहा है आपका एक Y टेस्ट है, एक Y प्रेडिक्टेड है. So Y टेस्ट और Y प्रेडिक्टेड की वैल्यूज 52 वैल्यूज मैच कर रही हैं एग्जैक्टली. 3 ही केस है जो फॉल्स है, एंड इस केस में 1 and 0 के कॉम्बिनेशन में you can see we have only 6 cases which are false और 19 exactly match कर रही है. So you can see accuracy का स्कोर काफी अच्छा है. एरर्स हमारे पास 6 and 3 टोटल 9 एरर्स है in our total test data set. Okay. So this is what program has returned you here. Sure, Hardeep. This one we call confusion matrix, where you can see 1 0 0 1 of your y test and y predict. So now if you check 0 0 के केसेस जहां पे सपोज करो एक्चुअल भी 0 है और प्रिडिक्ट भी हमने 0 किया है, और एक्चुअल इज 0 एंड प्रिडिक्शन इज 0, 52 केसेस हैं, which is good, that means this is right. पर एक्चुअली 1 है और प्रिडिक्ट हमने 0 किया है, we have 3 cases. ये डेटा लेवल यहाँ दिख नहीं रहा है, we should increase the chart size, तो ये दिखेगा. If you read this part now here, आपका एक्चुअल 0 था, प्रिडिक्ट आपने 1 किया है, कितने केसेस हैं? ओनली 6 केसेस है, मतलब 6 टाइम योर प्रोग्राम हैज शेयर्ड एरर इन योर टेस्ट डेटा. और 19 टाइम क्या हुआ है? आपका 1 था एक्चुअल और प्रेडिक्शन भी एक्चुअल हुआ है, तो 19 केसेस ट्रू है, तो विच इज गुड, राइट. सो ट्रू के केसेस आप देखो ज्यादा, एरर के केसेस कितने हैं? से जब एक्चुअली उसने परचेज नहीं किया था बट वी हैव प्रेडिक्टेड ओके ये परचेज है, तो 6 है. दिस इज हाउ वी रीड कंफ्यूजन मैट्रिक्स. In one glance you can say okay, I can see good numbers we have, and by color also this is telling us one story. Make sense, guys? Now as we have loaded, हमने accuracy score की क्लास को भी लोड किया है, तो हम accuracy score के नंबर को भी चेक कर सकते हैं कि कितना आ रहा है, and which we can check. Just give me a second. Accuracy score is your y test and y predict between run, and which is coming, you can see here is 0.8875. so ये कह रहा है कि 88% आपकी accuracy score है, so that means out of 100 88 values are exactly matching. शेफाली, लाइक मैटप्लॉटलिब हम डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए यूज करते हैं, ऐसे सीबॉर्न को भी हम डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज योर फोर्थ पैकेज, एक्चुअली फिफ्थ पैकेज, क्योंकि फोर्थ पैकेज तो sklearn है ना, जिससे हमने स्टैटिस्टिक्स की लाइब्रेरी को लोड किया था, एंड वी हैव क्रिएटेड आवर मॉडल. प्रोबेबिलिटी 50% से ऊपर बोलते हैं पीयूष, बट यू शुड improve your model. You have to check कि कितना, this see, now it's up to you how much % of error you want to accept in your model. This time this is saying, you can see we have a 11% error, correct, and which you can go from here also. You can see 52 plus 19, which becomes 60 plus 71, and 71, and total 71 plus 9 are 79, sorry 80. So total 80 values we have, and in which 71 are matching exactly, and which is 88% of your model. Okay, so जब हमने 80-20 पे स्प्लिट किया है तो मॉडल ने 88.75% की एक्यूरेसी को दिया. हम और कुछ चेंज करें, ट्रेन करते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं, लेट्स गो एंड लेट्स मेक अ टेस्ट साइज एज 10%. ओके, टेस्ट हम कम पे कर रहे हैं, अब ट्रेन हम ज्यादा से कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो क्लिक ऑन रन, रन अगेन एंड स्क्रॉल डाउन, रन अगेन, scroll down, run this part also, run this part as well, now run this part. okay, अब हमारे पास टेस्ट का डेटा देखो कम हो गया, क्योंकि 10% ही है ना टेस्ट का डेटा, राइट. एंड यू कैन सी यस, स्टिल वी हैव फ्यू केसेस जहाँ पर एक्यूरेसी मैच नहीं हो रही है. दैट प्योरली डिपेंड्स, बिकॉज डेटा में काफी सारे आउटलायर्स होते हैं, बहुत सारे रीजन होते हैं, और ये देखो स्कोर गिर गया है, एंड दिस इज नाउ 0.875. but you can see we don't have any case here. Here in this case we don't have any case. ये 0 है, which means ये भी 1 है, and we have not predicted this as 0, we have predicted this also as all the values we have predicted right here. Yes, you can simply okay, you are asking me, Hardeep, to run the entire code in one go. अगर इंटायर कोड को वन गो में रन करना है तो जस्ट सिंपली here in cells and run all, click on run all. Or if you want to understand each part, that too I can explain you. अगर okay guys, एक बार फिर से हम स्टेप से जाते हैं. हमारा क्या प्रेडिक्शन हमें करना था? हमें प्रेडिक्शन करना था कि वी हैव एज एंड सैलरी. एज और सैलरी के बेसिस पे हमारे पास एक हिस्टोरिकल डेटा है. ओके, और लेट्स से this data is from Hyundai, from their one of the store which is located in Delhi CP. उन्होंने हिस्टोरिकल डेटा कैप्चर किया है कि इस एज ग्रुप की इतनी सैलरी वाला एम्प्लॉय आता है तो वो हमारे पास से कस्टमर आता है तो वो हमारे पास से ऑटोमोबाइल परचेज करता है ना. अब आज हमारे पास एक नया कस्टमर आया जिसने अकाउंट बनाया, तो वो हमारा क्या कितनी प्रोबेबिलिटी है, पॉसिबिलिटी है, दिस इज व्हाट वी वांट टू प्रेडिक्ट कि वो परचेज करेगा. ठीक है. सो टू परफॉर्म दिस, as this is a classification problem, we want to keep our customer in classes. We are using binary classification here और logistic regression का हमने यूज किया. यहाँ पर हमने अपने x इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को डिफाइन किया और y डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को डिफाइन किया. राइट. तो कैसे स्टेप स्टार्ट किया? एसेंशियल लाइब्रेरीज को यूज करो पहले, तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. डेटा को लोड करो. लोड करने के बाद अपने x और y को डिफाइन करो. ठीक है. x और y डिफाइन हो गए. उसके बाद व्हाट वी डू, वी स्प्लिट आवर डेटा इनटू ट्रेनिंग और टेस्ट में. अभी हमने मैनिपुलेट करके टेस्ट को 0.1 10% ही ले लिया. दैट मींस ट्रेनिंग का जो डेटा सेट है वो 90% है. ओके, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी हैव कवर्ड वन मोर थिंग हियर व्हिच इज फीचर स्केलिंग. स्टैंडर्डाइज करना आपके फीचर्स को, दैट मींस इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को स्टैंडर्डाइज करना. इससे कैलकुलेशंस एल्गोरिथम में फास्टर काम करती हैं. ठीक है. तो हमने एक स्पेसिफिक रेंज में आपके इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को, एज और सैलरी को स्टैंडर्डाइज कर दिया है. यहाँ पर देखिए. ठीक है. उसके बाद मॉडल फिट कर दिया. मॉडल फिट करने के बाद वैल्यूज का प्रेडिक्शन करना स्टार्ट किया और उनकी एक्यूरेसी चेक करी. और कंफ्यूजन मैट्रिक्स से इन वन ग्लांस यू कैन सी ओके हाउ मच इंटरेस्टिंग योर मॉडल इज. नाउ टुडे विद दिस रिकॉर्डिंग you will get another data set. Give your 100% to this code and work on that data to predict well customer will purchase the insurance or not. Okay, I have this data set. Where is, just give me a second. This data set. So we have age of customers and we have their status, where you can see 1 stands for he is insured, 0 stands for he is not insured. That means he has purchased insurance, he has not purchased insurance. Now you have a new customer and you have age of that customer. Okay, you have age of that customer and you want to predict well this customer will purchase my insurance or not. हरदीप, like मैटप्लॉटलिब को हम यूज किस लिए करते हैं? डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए. सिमिलरली सीबॉन भी एक लाइब्रेरी है, डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए यूज होती है. आपने चार्ट बनाया है ना यहाँ पर, हीट मैप चार्ट. ठीक है. लाइक लाइन ग्राफ बनाना, कॉलम ग्राफ बनाना. अब सीबॉन में ना बहुत ही इंटरेक्टिव चार्ट्स बनते हैं. हमने इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट गाइस कि अगर पैंडास एक लाइब्रेरी है डेटा मैनिपुलेशन के लिए, तो पाइथन के पास कोई और लाइब्रेरी है ही नहीं डेटा मैनिपुलेशन के लिए. या फिर मैटप्लॉटलिब एक लाइब्रेरी है डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए, तो पाइथन के पास कोई और लाइब्रेरी है ही नहीं. सी यही तो ब्यूटी है पाइथन की, वो ओपन सोर्स है. इट्स अ ओपन सोर्स लैंग्वेज. सो पीपल फ्रॉम अक्रॉस ग्लोब और ऑथर्स दे क्रिएट देयर ओन पैकेजेस और वो लोगों को फ्री में यूज करने के लिए देते हैं. Right, and we can use them. It's an open source language. So similarly, there is one more package library we have here, which is Seaborn, and which we use for data visualization. I have to check this. Just give me a second. Confusion matrix generally we create using. See, without Seaborn, you can see your metrics here. Heat map chart we have created using Seaborn. Now I have to, you can Google about it, how to create heat map chart or confusion matrix heat map chart using matplotlib. All right. We use the best packages and best libraries to perform things, but there are so many ways to close one thing. Okay. So in this class, we have covered logistic regression. In our next session, we'll pick decision tree. Again algorithm to solve your classification problems. One more algorithm we'll pick in the next session. My expectation is Nidhi, your question is correlation matrix or this confusion matrix? Okay, noted. So any question from this logistic regression, guys? No? All right then. We have one question which is you will get today along with insurance data set. Let me check our I don't remember that IPython notebook name. I believe, let me just check this untitled first. No, this is word cloud which we have. No, this one. Multiple linear regression. This one. Okay. I don't remember we have created any correlation metrics in this, but correlation is what? Correlation when we check the strength between two variables and your correlation values varies between 0 to 1. Sorry, -1 to 1. If you are two variable guys और आपके दोनों variables की values, if you want to check how those two variables are correlated, if you plot scatter plot chart and you find that your dots are scattered in upward direction, we claim that okay, they are positively correlated. Okay. So do you need code of that? I can share with you code of that. Just give me a second. All right. So just give me a second. Let me write it down here in my this. I'm just writing the syntax. You have to apply in your model. Guys, like we have used here confusion matrix. जैसे हमने confusion matrix को use किया है classification problem में, हमने Boston के housing pricing में discuss किया था कि आपको correlation matrix को use करना है. तो उसको भी हम import cborn as SNS, and if I miss any step, I have to take a reference from there, and you have to use correlation. You can give any name to this matrix equals to whatever your data frame name is. I'm assuming mine is Boston here .co. You have to use only this command. Okay, and if you want to give later heat map chart, like this one we have created object here. If you want to create heat map chart, something like this, you have to, we have already imported. So you can write here sn.heat map, then your correlation matrix object in which you have stored data. And not equals to true. Perfect. So this is the code which will give you the heat map chart. using correlation matrix. Classification के लिए confusion matrix है, and you have multiple variables. On the basis of that you want to take the decision. आप correlation matrix का use कर सकते हैं. I think I have that code as well. Let me just check if I find. I have this IT tool day 5. Where is day 5 altitude? Let me just check this part. This one is today's session. I don't want to use this. I don't want to use this. Not this one. Let me check. Not this one. I don't have that right now, but you can take a reference from our videos. Okay, and then you can check how my variables are correlated. Annotate are these labels. You can see in your matrix, this is showing you label 27, 3, 0, 8, which are not visible because plot size is not good. We should give a good plot size here. Okay, and if I write this as false, you can see without labels this value is. Okay, what I will do, guys, I will share with you all, as you already got a time to work on Boston data, I will share with you all the code also to perform entire your Boston housing price prediction. So you will get one IPython notebook. कैसे यूज करते हैं IPython notebook को? अगर आपके पास I will share this file with you all. ठीक है? You have to open your Jupyter and then you have to upload your file from here. .ipy notebook upload करना and then you can open that. Okay. So, all right then, guys. This is for the day. In our next session, we'll work on decision tree. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.